thing first and then
Look at this poor.
Bonus Grassi.
Welcome to the NFL draft coverage for Clickbait Sports. I'm your host for today, Scooter Magruder. Joining me, 5 Point Vids. He's a Giants fan as well. We got That Good Sports. Brandon Perna in the building. He's representing the Broncos. You know this guy very well. He's your favorite Yinzer. I hope that's not like a swear word.
It's not a swear word.
Okay. Urinating Tree, welcome. Hello. And ladies and gentlemen, first of all, Tree likes the Steelers. So we got Dallas Cowboys. We got New York Giants. We got Denver Broncos, Pittsburgh Steelers. And last, definitely not least, ladies and gentlemen, we have the one, the only, the biggest Green Bay Packers fan you know, who is currently going through it.
Crisis.
Tom Grassi, do you want to talk about what's going on?
No.
We're just going to jump straight into...
He's getting right to the beard.
We are jumping straight into this talk about Aaron Rodgers saying, I don't think I want to play in Green Bay anymore. We go straight to Tom after you guys look at this shirt that you made me buy for punishment last week.
Is that bad, Scooter? Oh, your punishment's a shirt? Oh, I'm weeping. I'm weeping for you. Oh, such a terrible life you have.
First of all, can you just explain to the people what's going on? Some people don't even know. So just let them know, Tom, what's happening. Break it down for us.
Sure. I'm happy to. All right. Well, I woke up today thinking it was going to be a good day. That's where this story starts. Thought it was going to be a solid day. It was going to be productive. The NFL draft was tonight. Everything was looking up. There was some news that came out that the 49ers tried to trade for Aaron Rodgers. And I was like, haha, that's funny, because the Packers said no and was like, haha, click. And then as I'm editing the video for that to go out, which, by the way, now I can't put out, which is another problem. Good old Adam Schefter tweet out that Aaron Rodgers does not want to return to the Green Bay Packers. ESPN then produced an entire article on this, confirmed by Ian Rappaport as well, basically saying that the Packers GM, Brian Gutekunst, Mark Murphy, the Packers CEO and president, and Matt LaFleur, the Packers head coach, all flew out to meet with Aaron Rodgers throughout this offseason individually. Rodgers' agent flew out to Green Bay to try to get a deal done because the Packers wanted to restructure to help some cap space, and Rodgers wants to get extended. And he's already on the books for 3 more years. He wants an extension. And it hasn't happened. And so today, the story came out that Aaron Rodgers doesn't want to be on the Green Bay Packers anymore. And I'm handling this great. I'm doing just fine. This is just fine. This is great. This is great. This is fine. This is fine. We're all fine. This is great.
I'm experimenting a little bit with the layout. I wanted to solo.
Really, we're experimenting with our QB1, so it's okay. It's fine.
So let's just jump in. Chat, you help us along with these discussions as well. Does this change the draft for the Packers now? What do we think here? Are we gonna see a potential trade here, chat? What do you think?
Well, here's what's interesting, Tom, and correct me if I'm wrong here, okay? It seems like...
Where'd he go? He just disappeared.
It seems
he
like
rage quit the stream.
It seems like Aaron Rodgers, damn it,
I'm here.
Decided that the only way to get back at the Packers is to ask for a ton of money for the Jordan Love trade. And the Packers solution, after he said, I don't want to be here anymore, is how about you stay here even longer?
I just don't know, chat, guys. I don't know. Let's imagine if this were our QB1. What are we thinking? What is going through our head? Daniel Jones says, Hey, I want another contract. What are we doing 5 points right before the draft?
We are trading him for Aaron Rodgers. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
We are swapping him 1v1, and I will, as a Giants fan, happily take whatever is left of Aaron Rodgers' arm and sending Daniel Jones very happily to have a quarterback competition with Jordan Love. Like, you two battle it out, and we're fine. What about you, Tree? What would you do?
We already went through this back in February. Ben and the Steelers agreed to restructure their contract, and I died a little on the inside. If Ben wants a new contract for another 3-4 years, dude, get out. Just get out.
Oh,
unfortunately, that ain't happening.
Wait. Pro Football Talk just says top candidates would seem to be Raiders and Broncos for Aaron Rodgers if they're interested.
Raiders.
Rodgers
Who
likes
do the
the West Coast, so that's, I guess, Las Vegas is close enough.
Yo, this has got to be
Broncos?
Honestly, watch him go to the LA Chargers, and you get Justin
gotta
Herbert.
be the best day of this year by far today, right now, and it's just getting started. Chat, I'm heavily excited for
Pretty much. What's going to happen is
Drew
after
Lock.
a second overall pick, it's just wide open.
Absolutely. Drew Lock demands a better contract. What are we doing in this situation? Drew Lock says, I need some assurances here coming forward.
It's Drew Lock. Who cares
Lock's
about
gone.
Drew Lock?
Drew Lock would be a great Packers quarterback.
No.
Yes.
He could really mentor Jordan Love. And
He can do like these little random iffy dance. Like,
I can't. Here's the bigger
That's all you're
issue.
doing.
The bigger issue is that they actually can't trade him before June 1st because they would cost them like $37 million.
right.
So like they're basically stuck here because like it's not like they can offload him right now. And like it's such a bad situation, like to the max, because again, there's still 3 years left on his deal. There's an out next year, but like he's forcing you to say it's either Jordan Love or me, like right now, straight up.
They can agree to a trade today. It's the same thing like with Julio Jones, right? He's not going to actually get traded tonight, but if the Falcons are really trying to move him, they can agree to the post June 1st trade, I believe. So maybe that's what would happen.
Let's dive in a little bit deeper there. Let's go back to that scenario, Tom. You're saying that this sort of is forcing the Packers' hand. It's forcing them to choose Aaron Rodgers or Jordan Love. Chat, who are you choosing next season? Are you choosing Aaron Rodgers or are you choosing Jordan Love? Tom, same question.
Okay, well, before we even get to that, Ian Rappaport just tweeted out something really helpful. One more note on Packers QB Aaron Rodgers. He really impressed the brass during his stint on Jeopardy! The belief is when they finish auditions, he'll be among those with a chance to do the job full time.
This is something out of Barry McCockett.
Thank you so much for the breaking news. I really appreciate Ian.
Bro.
That's great news. I'm so glad that he's good at Jeopardy!
clicks.
He stopped following me on Twitter. What the heck? Rappaport?
Rappaport follows you?
Not anymore. Not
Wow.
anymore.
He must have saw this show.
Yeah, he realized we are literal poison for the
Can we get
NFL,
some
so I
F
can
in the
definitely
chat
see that.
for the Rappaport on follow?
Tom, I have to
I've
ask you.
seen the chat for Scooter for being unfollowed by Ian Rappaport.
I need to ask you a question, Tom. So,
Yes,
so
what do you got, buddy?
I know you're kind of preparing. Like, this is like being told, and this is a horrible analogy, that your dog has cancer.
Yeah, 100%.
If Aaron Rodgers does not start the season, if he's on another roster, like the day that it happens, do you hold a funeral in your backyard? Like, do you bury an Aaron Rodgers jersey in a casket?
Honestly, yes. Like there will be a procession. Like, you know how funerals are done in New Orleans? I will put that to shame. To shame. There will be so many candles you won't know what to do with. You know when Princess Diana died? I'm going to make that look like a kid's birthday party. Yeah, that's what that's going to look like. Elton John's going to come out with another 1,000 candles in the wind, all right? That's what's going to happen, all right? Yeah, holy, I just want to die. Oh, look, you know what, guys? But I have 2,800 people in my stream. I wonder why they're here.
Yeah, well, I mean, yours around mine. I'm at like 2,900 right now.
I wonder why.
Trust me. As I said, I told you in the pre-stream, people love misery. I know this firsthand from about 5 months ago. 4 months ago. You knew this from the NFC Championship game. Misery creates humor. People are attracted to misery. You know this, Tom. That's why they're coming to you. Your draft's going to be loaded. You're going to be crying on a gigantic bed of money tonight. So I would not feel too bad whatsoever. Your quarterback may be gone. Your future may be completely screwed. But you know what? People are just going to throw money at you.
You know what? Honestly, I like Aaron Rodgers as my QB a little bit more because, I got to say, when we're not in the playoffs for year after year, then guess what, Tree? Guess what? My content.
No. People love misery, man. That's why people love this stuff.
They do love misery.
Trust me, when the Steelers lose embarrassingly, they come to me to melt down.
That's
what happens every time, dude. Don't ignore it. Embrace the love, dude. Embrace it.
You know what?
Why? Because guess what? You're probably going to trade Jordan Love at the draft to try and appease Aaron Rodgers, and then Aaron Rodgers is going to get traded a few months down the line, probably for Kirk Cousins or I don't know, Ben Roethlisberger. And then what's going to happen is that your team's probably going to go like 3-13 and be totally screwed. So guess what? Just embrace it.
Here's the thing, Tree. Everything you said, I hated. And this is my fault because I have an Aaron Rodgers helmet here and a Jordan Love helmet here. And I was like, oh, like present and future thing. Nope, this is me. I scared him away.
Good.
Tom,
Good.
Real question for you here. Do you blame the Packers organization more or Aaron Rodgers more right now?
Who is to blame?
Because it seems like Rodgers, don't get me wrong, I think he got shafted by the organization last year in the draft. But now wanting a full-on extension, wanting max amount of money seems a little bit greedy, even for a guy as good as Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, like
he saw what happened with Russell Wilson, and he got more weapons to help out. And I think he's seeing the same thing here.
But literally, you're the GM, Tom. What are you doing in this situation? Literally, what would you do in this situation? Are you appeasing Aaron Rodgers?
So that's the issue, right? Like it's such a slippery slope because I'm all about players trying to get as much money as humanly possible as they can play this game because there's such a limited window in which they can play it. So go and get your money. In this particular case, it's essentially there's no winners here, right? Because Rodgers, while MVP last year, and I believe in him, and I love Aaron Rodgers, more than anybody, but he's got 3 years left on his deal. So even if you extended it 2 more years, that means that he's playing on the Packers until he's 43 years old. And I don't know what Aaron Rodgers is going to look like in 5 years. And that's not saying he's not a good quarterback.
So good.
Look at me. I'm 44. That's exactly what he's going to look like.
He's going to lose all his hair. No. So that's the thing. I understand if the Packers don't give him an extension. I do. I'm not going to like it, and it's going to destroy my insides. But I understand because unless the extension is, but that's the thing. I don't know what else they could give him. It would be 2 more years.
The thing is he has put them between Iraq and a hard place. He has put them in an untenable position.
It's a bad spot. It's a bad spot.
More breaking news here, Tom. It's not going to help you at all. And again, from Pro Football Talk. From unimpeachable source, as of last night, Aaron Rodgers' wish list was 49ers, Broncos, Raiders, not in that order necessarily. He wanted Packers to take the 49ers offer. Next move by Rodgers to be determined.
How can he force them to take, that's not a good move for them. Though.
That's a strong arm.
Right. Aaron Rodgers on the Packers is the best move for the Packers. So
what happens if Aaron Rodgers holds out and he just says, screw it? What if it's a situation like 2018 where he just plays like crap because Mike McCarthy's still there?
So, because that's the thing. Looking at the way that I interpreted this entire saga was it was all going to come down to this season because there's an out in his contract after this season. So it was if Rodgers plays at a very high level, we're going to keep him and Love is going to sit on the shelf. If he starts to decline, then you put in Jordan Love. Now they've basically forced him to say, hey, you need to give me more money guaranteed. And on top of that, years on my contract. And then, it's basically saying Jordan Love is not the future of this franchise right now.
It's very smart by Rodgers, though.
Best case scenario.
Yeah, he has all the leverage, honestly.
Best case scenario,
they brought so many guys back. They brought the whole team back except Corey Linsley to say, hey, let's make a run at it again. We made the championship game 2 years in a row. Let's do it again. And Rodgers is like, Sorry, Scooter.
Best case scenario. How does this end for a Packers fan? In the best world.
Honestly, the best scenario,
NFL shuts down. Just completely shuts the league down.
Baby, let's get it.
That happened. Your chance for that was last year. That ain't happened.
Yeah, that's true.
I think the best case scenario at this exact moment is that he doesn't get an extension, but they restructure him to guarantee. I know he doesn't want that because that's what apparently he got offered a restructure, but they give him a restructure that for like 2 years he's getting guaranteed money. He plays for 2 years and then they move on from Love and you see like a slight decline, but that's not going to happen because he doesn't want a restructure. He wants to get extended.
Worst case scenario, what happens? Aaron Rodgers as a Packers fan.
Rodgers sits out for this season and we're forced to get rid of him, and Jordan Love is by no means necessarily ready at all. And we are awful.
Now, we did see in that article some of the locations. Actually, Brandon, you'll be happy to know, I think Denver was one of those locations.
See.
What would a return from the Broncos or the Raiders even look like? What would something look like that might actually get you excited?
Nothing is going to get me excited. There is nothing that will make, because here's the issue too. So like years ago when the Raiders traded Khalil Mack, right? They were going to do it to the Packers or the Bears. It was going to be one of those two teams. And the Raiders did not choose the Packers because they thought the Packers would be better and the draft pick would be higher. Like it would be a worse draft pick. And it's going to be the same thing here. If Rodgers goes to the Broncos, the Denver Broncos are going to be a much better football team. And because of that, the draft pick isn't going to be that great. We could have 3 first-round picks, but if they're all in the late 20s, cool. We still don't have a franchise QB if Love actually sucks.
That's in terms of draft pick and capital, though. Is there any player that you could get back in return that would make you say, "Oh, you know what"?
No,
Trey Lance.
I know exactly who it is. I think Aaron Rodgers would look really good in the color purple. Your quarterback's going to be Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins. Hey,
Brandon, you're about to say something.
Well, I was going to say, like, in terms of compensation, the best the Packers can get is the trade offer from the 49ers, who sit at 3, where they could then take. Probably not Mac Jones. I can't imagine the Packers.
That doesn't make any sense because because then you have Jordan Love. Like that was the whole purpose of this.
Well,
I understand. Like here's the thing. I understand why the Packers did what they did because the worst time to look for a QB, as many of you know, is when you need one. And we were sitting pretty in that we have the reigning MVP and we have a guy who gets to sit back and learn behind him. And now that's gone. Like, that's just gone.
I think Tom Brady's going to try to recruit Aaron Rodgers. He's like, why not? Come on over to Tampa.
2 quarterback system, maybe.
We could just have 2 of the greatest quarterbacks together. We'll make it work.
The worst thing that could happen for Tom and I is Aaron Rodgers gets traded to the Raiders.
Yeah.
That would crush both of us, I think.
Gruden's just going to be like, knock up if you hear that.
So my question
God, we're going to be on Hard Knocks. God.
And
if he goes, we're on Hard Knocks. Like, that's it. It's done.
I kind of reference. So, okay, Tom Brady joins the Buccaneers last year. They obviously win a Super Bowl. Is there a team out there that has the math that is an Aaron Rodgers away from the Super Bowl? Is there a team out there that exists that where they could trade a King's Rant or, do something to get him? And I guess it's kind of different because Tom Brady came as a free agent. But is there a team that can leverage Aaron Rodgers into a Super Bowl that exists?
Minnesota Vikings.
What team out there is an Aaron Rodgers away from a Super Bowl, chat? Let us know.
The 49ers.
The Pittsburgh Steelers are the same way. They're an Aaron Rodgers away, but they're not going to get him.
I think
right now you're not trading Aaron Rodgers for the 3rd pick right now. Just doing it.
No.
You're not doing it.
No.
What if he forces that? What if he demands that happens? Then you have to accept that. You have to accept that reality. By the way, it's very fun watching you die inside, Tom. I'm having so much fun.
I see you just melting down, dude. It's fantastic,
Dude, it's a
lot better when someone else melts down instead of you.
I'm just.
What's
I have over 4,100 people watching. So that's cool.
I've got
What's
around
Aaron
4,000. You
Rodgers?
got more than I do, man. Once again, people love misery, and if the Steelers were in the
there's
same
plenty of that
boat, I
tonight.
would be going to the moon too.
Dude, like I was gonna wear a suit tonight. It was gonna be so nice. I was
You
thinking
can
about
still wear a
top hat.
suit. You can still wear a
bad
suit.
for
It's
you?
just going to be a funeral.
I was gonna say it's a funeral now.
Yeah, just change it to
What's-
black. Change the tie to black, and you're fine.
Yeah, change the tie to black and wear purple in honor of Aaron Rodgers' new team.
I just want to say, if this evening, I swear to God, if pick number 3 comes up and it goes, there's been a trade, the Green Bay Packers are on the clock, I'm going to die. Like, I'm going to die.
Well, what if they trade Jordan Love instead of Aaron Rodgers? How would you feel about that?
Then in that case, fine. You know what? At this point, whatever. I defended the Jordan Love pick after I was done screaming in a pile of my own clothes. Like after that, but at this point, if that means you don't get any Aaron Rodgers, then rock with him for the next 3 years. And you know what? At some point, just pick another QB in like 2 or 3 years.
Should have picked Patrick Queen.
What's Aaron Rodgers' history with masseuses?
I've heard that they're fine.
Because the last quarterback that tried to do this didn't really work out.
Well,
Yeah.
I think what happened with Aaron Rodgers, it was more the Scientology and abandoning his family route. So I don't know how that compares him with.
Oh God, he's abandoning his family again.
I have a question.
He's
for Scoot.
abandoning his extended family.
Scoots.
Up 5 points.
I know Dak just got signed to a huge deal.
I'm not
Would
trading
you-
for Aaron Rodgers. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
No, you don't want. You would take Dak
Give
Prescott.
me hurt ankle Dak over Aaron Rodgers right now. The potential, he has way more potential. Aaron Rodgers is on his, what's it called? Not crescendo.
He was the
his
MVP
twilight.
last year.
Downside of the bell curve.
Twilight.
Aaron Rodgers
Well,
loves
you
Mike
can have
McCarthy.
an MVP
from what I
season
know.
and still be in your twilight and still be in the downturn. Dak is coming up. We're seeing him reach his peak. We're going to see how his ankle performs. And I'm rocking with Dak, a young Dak.
You would
over
take
an
the
age.
unknown.
Like,
Aaron
listen,
Rodgers.
I know that like the Cowboys really commit really hard to not winning championships, but like that's a whole nother level of just not wanting to win.
Chat, who are you taking?
Like,
Dak
I know you get
or
McCarthy.
Aaron
They'll
Rodgers?
probably have to fire McCarthy if that happened.
Dak
Like that would be
or
one of the
Aaron Rodgers, chat?
contingencies.
Who would you take? Seeing what I've seen.
I don't see a scenario where Rodgers would join the. Like they'd have to fire McCarthy.
They'd have to fire him, like
Yeah.
publicly too. Like it would have to be like a public like guillotine is like rolled out there, and they
Live stream.
execute him. And Rodgers like catches his head in a basket and goes, "This is acceptable," and then
Right,
like
he
puts
holds
on the jersey.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Shows the crowd.
My chat is very mixed right now. What is your chat's looking like?
My chat's like just going off
Everybody says
laughing at
Rodgers.
Tom. That's pretty much.
Everyone's saying Rodgers in mine.
I
What about
got-
the Bears?
Guys,
No,
what am I
they're-
gonna do? Like, what? I
Let's
can't.
change this up
No,
a
we
little bit,
can't
though.
suck now. We
Let's
can't.
change it up
No.
a bit.
Convert to
Let's,
Scientology and embrace the Minnesota Vikings.
You can't
I've been
stop.
telling you this.
talking
Embrace
about
the chaos.
conversions,
Embrace
talking
the
about
chaos.
Conversions.
Hug it out. Hug it out.
Let's
Come on.
switch it up
Come
a
on.
little bit.
Come on.
Let's move on to Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow recently
Talk about
has
conversion.
been reportedly working out, not as a quarterback, but potentially as a tight end for the Jaguars. Let's go to Brandon to get some rapid reaction. What did you think when you saw this?
Well, at first I thought it was Barry McCockiner doing a fake Ian Rappaport tweet, just as I thought for the Adam or the Aaron
Yeah,
Rodgers
me
thing.
too, buddy. Me
Just
too.
like I thought the Aaron Rodgers thing. Here's what I love about draft day. We're about to enter just a great night for football fans. And we are not even talking about the actual draft. We've got Aaron Rodgers drama happening, which is always great on draft day.
Always.
We've got Tim Tebow taking up our morning, which he wants to play tight end. Urban Meyer will give him the chance to prove that he can be a tight end. And I'm pretty sure back in January, as soon as the Jags signed Urban Meyer, I made some dumb joke about Tebow going to the Jags. And now I'm just desperately hoping that that does happen so I can dig up that clip and play it like I broke the news.
I like it. So you are liking this news of Tim Tebow potentially
Yes.
joining Urban Meyer.
Yes.
I myself am liking it as well.
Yeah.
If
Scooter.
Cowboys
Scooter.
don't draft Kyle Pitts, Tim Tebow is right there for the taking.
Apparently, no team has made a trade offer. By the way, no team has made a trade offer for Rodgers. It was just tweeted out
yet.
So they say.
You've met Tebow,
Guys, like,
right?
listen, like out of this whole group, like my team was good. They were good. That's the only thing I had. You all have more subscribers than me. Like, it's just the only thing I had.
You had a hardcore base of communism. What have we told you?
Communism, I love
Communism doesn't work. Communism collapses on itself
Take
after
your
a couple years
democracy
of the human element.
it's a PG-13 show, and you could put it up in that word that's in the Bible. That's where you could suck it right in there.
Well, whatever, man. You can go on one of those famous 5-year plans that communism was known for back in the 70s and 80s. So enjoy yourself, buddy. Enjoy yourself.
That's what he wants.
Okay.
We were so
Uche,
good together.
Oh, is he gonna come in?
yeah, he's about 5 minutes.
Love
10
you,
minutes.
Tom.
So, guys,
Purple rain.
we actually have
Purple
a
rain.
special treat for you guys. We have a former NFL player who is going to be coming
He
into
could be Aaron Rodgers. He's gonna be former NFL player.
Hey, yeah, he might be. We have a former NFL player though coming in the stream. We're gonna be asking him some questions. You know, what was it like for you on draft day? Where were you? How did it go down? How did you realize you were drafted? And we'll have some questions and some opportunities for you to ask him some questions. I think 5 Points knows him a little bit better if you want to tell them who is coming in. 5
Wait,
Points.
are we getting
Well-
former NFL player Aaron Rodgers to join the chat?
I just made
Yes.
that
No,
joke.
you're not
I just
Pat
made that joke.
McAfee.
He's
Relax.
taking a break from hosting Jeopardy, and he's going to come join us. I just want to circle back to Tebow, by the way.
Wait,
Scooter.
tell people who's coming. Who's
Oh yeah.
Well, I wanted to wait until he actually showed up in the green room. But yes, Uche Nwaneri, former Jacksonville Jaguar, former Dallas Cowboy, will be joining us in the next.
What position did he play for the people out there?
Offensive guard.
He said at 4:26 that he would be in 10 minutes. So he's close. Scooter, you've met Tim Tebow, haven't you?
I have met Timothy.
Is he not the largest human being like he is the most muscular?
So
He's
jacked.
See, people always said that. And I was like, oh, this guy must be. And I'm next to the guy. He is not that impressive. You know who is? Kyle Pitts. That guy is lanky. You know who is? Mo Bamba. We're changing it up a little bit. Center from the Magic. That guy is tall. But I've been around athletes, big people.
What year was this? When you
So the first time I met Tim Tebow was my junior year. I was a junior, and he was still walking around. No, I was a sophomore because he was still walking around campus. I think his upper level years, he just didn't. He didn't come on campus because it just was too much. Too many people were hounding him. He had to get to class. You know.
Yeah. He had to sneak
We
in.
just lost to LSU. Okay, so we had just lost to LSU. Everyone was really down. Like the whole town really was down. And I see Tim Tebow walking on campus. A rare unicorn-like sight. Tim Tebow walking on campus. And so I say, hey, Tim! I call out, Tim! I go over to him and I give this man a hug. No words. Hug. And I told him I loved him. This is true. This happened University of Florida my sophomore year. And you know what he said? He embraced me back. And he said, thank you. And that was my first time meeting Tim Tebow. I've met him.
He didn't say I love you back.
Yeah, he did not say I love you back.
Wow. I would have expected more from him.
Wow. But I've met him a couple times past that.
So
and it
I
is
saw him
on
in
weird
20.
circumstances.
I saw him in 2020 at spring training when he was pretending to be a baseball player, and whatever he's done in that time period has turned him into just a massive human being. So I very much buy that he could play tight end in the
He could
NFL.
definitely play tight end. 100%.
However, It's kind of weird though, because he's an athlete, but there are guys who are tight ends that can't make it in the NFL, right? There's guys that are that like Jordan Reed doesn't want to play anymore, but it's going to be a tough road to hoe for Tim.
You want to know about Jordan Reed? Jordan Reed also went to Florida. Listen to this story. Look, I got to flex one time, okay? One time. Let me flex, chat.
Do it.
Jordan Love's story. We're at Florida. Go Gators. We're at the student rec. It's about to close. Walks in 4 or 5 jacked black dudes, just jacked. They're like, yo, y'all want to run one more? I had my squadron of 5. And these jacked black dudes just walk in. Y'all want to run one more? I said, absolutely, because I recognized one of them. One of them was Jordan Reed, a freaking 6'4" massive behemoth. And I'll tell you something, he was better at basketball than he was at football.
Really?
This man was up. And a lot of football players are. A lot of football players start off as basketball players, and then they just aren't that good at basketball.
Gates.
And they all play tight end.
Antonio Gates.
It comes down to the last shot. Okay, I got the ball. We're down 2. We're playing straight to 15. It's 14-13. We have the ball. If I make a 3-pointer, we win it all. I kid you not. You're going to think I'm lying. I kid you not, Chad. Jordan Love is guarding me. I come up, hit him with the Magruder, pull up, shoot, turn around, and start walking off just like this. I only knew it went in because my teammates started going crazy on the other side. That was one of my highlights at the University of Florida.
So it was like a Nick Young situation, but it didn't bounce off the rim.
Exactly.
And actually
It went in. That moment solidified my legacy at the student rec.
It's funny because you probably remember what the air tasted like that day,
Bro,
Jordan.
it was like it was one of those moments.
Like if you were like, "Hey, remember that shot that I hit on you, Jordan Reed?" Jordan Reed's like, "What?"
It's like, "Who are you?"
Can I just say that there was multiple times throughout that story you referred to Jordan Reed as Jordan Love, and it didn't make me feel good. I just wanted to say that a couple of times, and I did not appreciate that.
You want to feel even worse, Tom? From Trey Wingo sources, the Packers reportedly told Trey Wingo sources, the Packers reportedly told Aaron Rodgers they were going to trade him in the offseason, then backed off. Ooh. It's been a bleep show between them ever since. And within the last week, Rodgers told the team, trade or no trade, I'm not coming back.
Oh,
buckle up,
my
folks.
Good.
The Trey Wing sauce.
Hold on. Can we solo?
Speaking of Wisconsin, it's not getting much better for them. Corbin Burns, their star pitcher that came out of nowhere, it seems like he might have a positive COVID test. So the hits keep on hitting in Wisconsin.
Oh, at least there's some positive news coming out of Wisconsin.
How much would we all barf?
All the cows are infected with plague. You are now out of New Glarus and lakefront beer. Have fun.
How much would we all throw up if Rodgers went to the Patriots?
I think we'd all throw. Oh, dude, it would be massive salt. No, he goes to the Buccaneers to be a backup understudy for Tom Brady for a couple of years, and then he does another 5 years of dominance.
Where would we want Aaron Rodgers to go? Like
home teams, probably. Steelers. Trade Ben Roethlisberger. You aren't winning a Super Bowl with him. Acquire Aaron Rodgers, please. Please acquire Aaron Rodgers. You are literally that quarterback away from making it far. I swear to God.
Acquire him out of the NFC for certain. Like, trade him to an AFC team, please. Tom, can you tell them at least trade him to an AFC team? Can we get that?
Right. Like, what would you be okay, you wouldn't be happy, but like, what would be palatable? I guess is the word that I could say. Like.
Then Tom can come into all my videos and still live vicariously through me.
You're telling me you wouldn't like a Drew Lock? He likes hip hop music?
If he went, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I would take the Bills, but like, obviously they have Josh Allen. They're not going to take him. I actually be okay with the Browns because if I'm going to suffer, so are you.
They traded Baker Mayfield?
No, I don't want him. I'm saying that, like, here's the thing. If Rodgers does go to another team, like, I'd prefer to be in the AFC. Like, I would actively root for him to get a Super Bowl, though. 100%. Like, I'm obviously still a Packers fan, and I always will be, regardless of who's on the team. But like, I will actively root for Rodgers to get a Super Bowl.
You'd be like Dolly Parton singing "I Will Always Love You."
Yes,
so you would sit on his lap and sing it
every day.
Who is a player that played on your team that you root for currently? For me, it was Dez, right? When Dez was on the Ravens, I'm like, yo, Rave, I was throwing up the X. Let's just go around. What is one player in chat? You can be thinking of this as well. One player that you root for. It doesn't matter what they're.
I'd say Micah Hyde. He was on the Packers and now he's on the Bills. He's in the Bills secondary and he turned into a really, really good player. So
most of the guys that left Pittsburgh left on really bad terms. So not really.
There's not one player you're like, yo, I don't care.
Most of the guys that are really good.
What about Antonio Brown?
Yeah, you don't like Antonio Brown?
Maybe I'm Bo?
I might be a little iffy there. Might be a little iffy with Levy. I mean, if Troy Polamalu were still in the league, I'd be rooting for him all the time.
Bro, the hair alone.
He was even better as a player, dude. And a greater human being.
When Justin Tuck went to the Raiders, I was fine with that. I was like, all right, Tuck, you can go on and do well. And same with JPP. I'm happy for him and his one hand.
Oh, what about Jordy Nelson, Tom?
Yeah, when he went to I thought we were going with guys still playing, but yeah, Jordy Nelson, I obviously rooted for. Yeah, he was on the Raiders. I mean, he didn't root for himself on the Raiders because he was just like, why am I here? But
it's funny to see Patriots fans treat Tom Brady's Super Bowl win as like another one for them, and I'm like, no, that's not how it works.
No, they just
that is your ex-girlfriend being happy, is what it is.
Just dominating you.
Mm-hmm.
Brandon, we already know
you're not good enough.
We already know who it is for your team. Obviously, you always root for Tebow, no matter what. Obviously,
Tebow, Cutler, Osweiler, any former quarterback. Emmanuel Sanders really wanted Jimmy Garoppolo to not overthrow him in the Super Bowl, but I like to see him do well. And Derek Wolfe right now with the Ravens, another guy I'm rooting for. But
okay.
But yeah, Tebow above all.
We're coming towards the tail end of the stream. We're still waiting.
Here he is.
Uche has just joined. So what we're going to do is, if you guys have any questions for Uche, you can comment those now, and I'll pull a few from everyone.
Looks happy.
Yeah,
he looks very happy. He's about to dunk on some Packers fans.
Yes, here's a man that
needs Trevor Lawrence.
Hold on,
no
let's
introduction.
5 points. Go ahead, give the proper intro. 5 points.
Yes, here's a man that needs no introduction.
Go, Pat, go.
Oh, go. The Cowboys. What is?
Oh hell,
bro.
Jaguars.
My bad. Maybe that's not the right shirt for this.
No. I was in Dallas.
Okay.
I'm from Dallas originally.
Okay. Welcome though, Uche.
What's going on, everybody?
How
Appreciate
are
you
you
so much.
Welcome to Clickbait Sports pre-draft coverage. Where
Thank you,
will
man.
you
I
be
appreciate
watching
it.
the draft at?
I'm gonna be watching it here, man. I'm doing a live stream myself, doing a little watch along on my channel for the draft. So
what's your channel? Let the people know where they can watch Uche stream.
My channel is my name, as you see at the bottom of my little box here, Uche Winery. Look that up. That'll be me. I go by the Observant Lineman as well. So if you'd like to call me that, you can call me O-Line. You can just say O-Line. I'll answer. But no, man, I appreciate you guys having me on, dude. Like, Scooter, I fucking laugh my ass off.
You can't curse.
Trust me, it's been hard for me too. Don't worry.
Can we?
You did.
Put the delay.
The delay.
And
But no, dude, I love your channel. I laugh at your videos every week during the season.
Oh, I appreciate you, man.
All you guys, I watch y'all's channels. So it's like, it's kind of cool to be on stream with y'all because I've been watching y'all since before y'all knew who I was. So
that's crazy.
Nice.
But so for the people who don't know who you are, can you just kind of give a rundown of your career, where you played, and how that went as a player?
So I am originally from Dallas, Texas. I went to Purdue and played there at Purdue from 2002 to 2006. Got drafted to Jacksonville in 2007, 5th round, pick 149. That would be today, actually. I got a tattoo that actually has that date. But played 7 years in Jacksonville with the Jaguars. Had some good seasons there, had some ugly seasons there, but great experience nonetheless. And then I was with the Cowboys going into my 8th year. Kind of a nightmare story there, but I mean, the Cowboys have been a nightmare for a while now.
Was that with Romo? Were you protecting Romo?
Yeah, I was with Romo. Yeah.
And Scooter is left.
But no, had a good career, had was living the dream, So definitely avid football fan, of course. Keep up with everything as much as I can. And usually it's through you guys, through coming to you guys' channels and watching what you guys are talking about. That's good sports. Love his little quirkiness, his little quirky videos. Got a real charm to it. Obviously, I've done videos with Tree and with 5 Points, so definitely got a lot of love for you guys. But that was my career, and it's hard. You won't hear much about me because of where I played, but interesting stat for you guys. 2009-2010 season, I was tied for first in the NFL at guard, having given up only half of a sack on the entire season.
There we go. Okay.
Elite.
Let's take it
Got
back.
all AFC South honors 3 years, two in a row, and then the third year after 1 year off, made it again. Got some accolades.
Yeah.
So let's
held
take
it down.
back, though. Back to Purdue, back to the Boilermaker days, right? You go through all 4 years. You're tearing it up. You're at Purdue. You're boiling these people. Now the end of your 4 years has come. The draft. What do you do? Like, did you get invited to go to the combine? Did you have a pro day? What was that process like?
So for me, I went to the combine. I got invited to the combine. I actually only did my bench press and I did 140-yard dash. I pulled
how
my
many
quad.
bench presses and how fast was the 40?
I have to know this.
I did 27 on the bench for 225.
Okay, that was like one more than me. One more than me.
and I ran a 5.1 on my 40.
Okay.
So that was
what
like
was
I pulled my quad with 5 yards to go. So the last two steps were like a leap because like it like blew up. I was just like it was gone.
So how heavy were you when you ran that 5.1? Like what were your stats?
I was, if I remember correctly, I was like 308, 309.
308. So I weigh 160 and my 40 time now is like 7.
A jog.
Pretty
A
much.
brisk jog.
5.1. That is fast. Like I don't think people understand how fast a 5.1 40 is.
Yeah, it's
Like
not slow.
that's pretty fast. Like compared to other, like to a wide receiver or something, that's like, slow. But a 5.1 40 that's fast.
That means you were pulling guard, baby.
People forget
pulling
most
around that edge.
offensive linemen could run us down quickly.
Oh yeah. I mean, and the crazy thing was 2 days before the combine, I was working out in Houston with what's his name? The linebacker. He was a linebacker for the Chiefs, Johnson. A few years back, he played for Derek Johnson. Yeah, I was working out there with him at a place called Complex. I can't remember, but I ran a 4.88 on my last one there. So I was going into the combine like, yeah, I'm about to tear it up, and I was moving, and then it was like
moving.
Wow, tire just blew in my quad, and I was just like, oh. So I didn't do anything else. That was the only thing I did. I didn't work out on my pro day, so. I still got drafted, which was like,
relying more on the tape footage. Like, go watch my tape. I got good tape.
Yeah.
Were you like in the top O linemen? Were you looking at your rank? You're like, okay, well, if they take this guy, I could go here. Or if they take this guy, I could go here instead. Were you going through that?
I was the third ranked guard in that draft in 2007, and it was Ben Grubbs and Justin Blaylock who were ahead of me. So as a guard, like, as a guard, if you're the third ranked guard, then you're going to go in like the 4th or the 5th round. So,
right.
It plays a little different than being like the third ranked receiver. You could easily go in the, first or second round that way.
I've got
one question.
Oh,
we both got questions.
Oh, we both have questions. You go first, Brandon.
I'll go
Ladies
first. All right. Jags, they're getting Trevor Lawrence, number 1. I already know you're psyched for that, but the Jags have the second pick in the first round, right? Early 20s. Who do you want the Jags to target with that second pick? Since that first one's already locked. Like, what's their need? Who would make you happy at what are they? 25. 25.
Man, I mean, I don't remember. I'm not great with names, but I would, if I was going to pick a position, I would say they definitely should be looking to pick a receiver to give to complement Trevor Lawrence, somebody that can help kind of bolster that core wide receiver group, because I mean, they've got DJ Chark still there, right?
Yeah.
So he's obviously going to be a guy who's looked at as a number one for them, but I think they get a chance to get that Allen Robinson and who else was the other cat that they had? They had the 2 wide receivers that year. I suck with names.
They had Justin Blackman, who had that one crazy.
I played with Blackman. Blackman was my teammate.
Yeah.
Dude, Blackman was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Blackman was unbelievable, dude. When I went to Dallas, I was talking with Des Bryant. Me and him were talking. He was like, "Yeah, you were in Jacksonville. You know my boy Justin." I was like, "Yeah, Blackman." He said, "Man, I'll be honest with you. People thought I was good. Blackman was way better than me." And I was like, the dude was great, man. And, unfortunately for him, he had issues with alcohol. And that really, and that was a situation that, I felt bad for him because he was a young kid. I talked to him. Maurice talked to him. We all kind of were like, look, man, you got to tighten up. But we also kind of felt like the Jaguars should have saw that this guy needs help. Get this guy help, bring somebody in who can live with him, who can kind of mentor him. I mean, you're going to have to kind of babysit this guy for a few years until he kind of grows up mentally and, is able to kind of accept and be able to handle the pressure and the responsibility of being in the NFL. The thing about being in the NFL is that now you have all the time in the world to do whatever you want. You practice in the morning, you go into work at 6 a.m, you come out around 5 p.m, 6 p.m. But that's a regular work day, but you have free time other than that. You find yourself, with time to do whatever you want. You have the money to do whatever you want. You have the time to do whatever you want. And for a guy like that, I mean, I received calls from guys who I knew in Jacksonville who were club owners who were like, "Hey man, it's 5 a.m. They're like, Justin is literally passed out in the bar."
Man.
Oh my God.
Who do we call? I'm like, don't call me. Call Skip. Skip, our security guy, would come in there and
what? Who keeps stop with the showing? Okay.
I think it's
I have a question. Here, let's circle back to pre-draft, and then I think we have about 7 minutes left in the show. Was there a scouting report on you, Uche, that bothered you or created a chip on your shoulder? I know some people that are athletes where they got a negative review, or I think even Aaron Rodgers once read through all the bad scouting reports on him. Was there any of that action with you before you entered the league? And did it ever create, fire or motivation for you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So my situation was a little different coming out of college because the year I came out was the year that Pac-Man Jones was having all that stuff go on in Vegas and the NFL, and that was Roger Goodell's first year as commissioner. So they were kind of on this whole, if a guy has any off-the-field issues, that's going to be like a strike. That's going to be something that's going to pull down their stock. They're going to lose, their viability as a player almost, right? So I only played 2 years at Purdue of the time I was there as a starter. I got suspended my junior year from the university because I got in a fight with a teammate in the summertime. Got in a fight with another offensive lineman who was bigger than me. Long story short, he was mad that I was basically as an upperclassman telling him to stop dragging butt and work harder. And he approached me after the workout, put his hands around my neck, and I got him with just a one-hitter, little straight.
Hold up. He put his hands around your neck? This is how the fight started, with him just putting his hand?
Well, we were yelling, and I was like, "Bro, just go home." And I pushed him, and I'm like, "Go home, bro."
Okay.
And he
he came
charging back with the chest.
Context.
Okay.
And
So
then-
you pushed him first, though. He didn't just walk up. And
I pushed him to like, because he was in my face. I pushed him, and then it was like in slow motion where he's like, oh, and he grabbed me, and I'm like thinking to myself while I'm leaning back, I'm like, is he really trying to choke me out right now? Like, what's going on? And so I was just, my instincts were just straight. And, I thought nothing of it because he got off of me. And then he's just like, man, you're blah, blah. He started cussing me out a little bit. Then he walked off. My O-line coach called me like later that day, and he's like, Uche, first off, did you break your hand? I'm like, break my hand? Why would I break my hand? Well, we don't want to have to get surgery on it before the start of the season, but you sure did break that boy's jaw. Broke his jaw on both sides.
You Geno Smith him.
Yeah. You IK in a
Did he
poly.
get in trouble too, though? Was this dude suspended too?
No, he transferred out. He transferred to Alabama.
Wow.
And
he was actually Najee Harris. He's in the draft right now. He's
I got suspended. So when I went to the combine, before the combine, I sat down with my agent and we literally created the outline of how I tell this story. Because it's a long story. Like I could do a 30-minute video on just everything that happened leading up to it, because the university really pulled one in how they handled it, because they knew that I was defending myself. The police investigated it because his parents tried to press charges, and the police even were like, "There's nothing to charge." He was every witness we talked to said that he was defending himself. So, long story short, I went to the combine, and I had to tell this story to 22 teams that I talked to, that I interviewed with, and literally it was the same thing. I wasn't even thinking when I was telling the story; it was just me just telling it. And the first draft report that I looked at after the combine was from ESPN, was from Todd McShay, I think it was. Mel Kiper. They said initially I was a 2nd to 3rd round pick, and they said it was a literal red flag next to my name, and it said undrafted. Oh, I won't get drafted. So that was
it's so weird that 5 to 10 dudes literally can control your first paycheck in the NFL with what they say. Exactly. There was some dude came out and said about some Florida running back that he has some questionable, he's doing something questionable, when in actuality, this guy had a clean slate. He didn't even do anything. But this one guy chirping on the internet created some drama for this player. That was
Laramie Tunsil. Remember Laramie Tunsil? That whole thing with the bong gas mask? That had him drop to nearly mid-first round pick when he was consensus top 5.
Yeah, he was number 1. Yeah. He could have been number 1 overall had that not happened. All right, go ahead. I've got one more question. Take us to the moment where you get drafted. What's going through your head when that happens? Are you elated? Are you just through it?
Where are you?
I don't want to lead the witness here.
I was at home in Texas with my family, and it's funny because this was it was weird how this happened. I was thinking that I was going to Atlanta because the Falcons and the Chiefs were the only teams that were calling me daily the week of the draft. So I'm like, okay, one of those. My agent on the first day was like, oh, the Bears, they just called me. They said they're looking at you. And I was kind of like, I don't want to stay in the Midwest. It's too much snow. I don't really want to play for the Bears. but the next day, because I ended up going on second day, the Falcons were up. And I'm like, okay, this might be it. And my phone rings. And it's the Jaguars. And they're like, yeah, we just traded 3 picks to move up to get you. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. And my house erupts, right? Because I put them on speakerphone. They're like, you ready to be a Jaguar? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready to be a Jaguar. And the house erupts. And my sister, my brothers, everybody's just jumping around. My dad, my parents are African. So it's like, yes, in defense. And while they're all screaming, all of a sudden, out of the top, the air conditioning vent, water just starts falling out of the vent, just flooding out of the vent. Like a pipe had like burst, literally. And my sister was like, let's make it rain on them. Let's make it rain. Let's make it rain. They're like, literally, it's raining. Like in the house. Like
nobody even cared.
Nobody cared. Nobody even cared.
We got NFL money. We good. We can
Call the plumber.
So that was crazy.
How are you going to feel when Gardner Minshew beats out Trevor Lawrence for the starting job in Jacksonville?
I will literally just tell the people of Jacksonville, I told you so. Because last year they were all asking me, Minshew's our guy, right? Minshew's going to be our guy. I'm like, no. Minshew's not going to be the guy. I'm sorry. I mean, I like Minshew, but he's not going to be the guy in Jacksonville.
How many shirtless photos has Trevor Lawrence posted to his Instagram? 0.
There's no girl that looks like Gardner Minshew. I'll tell you that.
That's true.
We got about 5 minutes left.
Tom, what if the Packers trade with the Jags for the first pick? Aaron Rodgers goes to Jacksonville, but you get Trevor Lawrence. What about that situation?
Wow.
It's not a good situation because you still have to build the team around. You still got a team to build. And he's only got what? I mean, realistically, we can say Aaron Rodgers has like maybe 4 years at playing at this high level he's playing at right now. I mean, I'd give him 4 more years of that, potentially.
What just happened? Stop messing with it.
But I mean, if we're being real here, you know, that's a move that a team like San Fran would absolutely make. If I was them, that's the move I'd be trying to make. Because they have a squad, they just really need a quarterback.
That is true. That is very true. So we only have a couple more minutes left. I think we should all go around and give our final prediction of what we think our team will do in the 2021 draft. I'll start. If Kyle Pitts is there, we're taking him. I think he goes 4 to the Falcons. I think the Cowboys take the first defensive player available. Patrick Surtain the second, easy, cut and dry. If he's not there for some reason, J.C. Horn. That is what the Cowboys will do. Scooter Magruder said it first. 5 points.
Yeah, I just want to read one super chat from Graf Von T. Roll. I wonder who's going to melt down in this year's draft. Probably me.
Probably
if
all
the
of us.
Giants do not take Waddell. I think it's Waddell now. I said Devonta Smith, who I would be happy to take. I think it's going to be Waddell, but I'll be happy with that. And for the punishment this week, I don't know who wins it, but I'm at 136.
I think Grossi's already dealing with the punishment.
So Tom, wrong way. Tom, to you.
Well, before this news came out, I would have said that we need an offensive line to protect Aaron Rodgers, or a corner, or a wide receiver for Aaron Rodgers to throw to. But maybe I should start prefacing it as someone for Jordan Love to throw to. So,
whoa!
Right now, I don't know who we're gonna draft. I don't know.
What you need to draft is an endless supply of salt, because Green Bay is going to be drowning in it by the end of the night.
It's a mine. It's a full-blown mine. Who are we going to draft? Again, I thought maybe this is Rodgers' way of saying, hey, go get me wide receivers. And in that case, just draft them all. Just draft every. Do you know what? Trade up with the Dolphins. They seem like a nice team. We traded with them for Jordan Love. Why don't we do it again and just get Jamar Chase? It's fine. You know, it just.
There you go.
That's. I think I don't see how that doesn't work out. So yeah, who are we going to draft? I still go corner, because why not in the first round? But yeah, it's going to be a night.
What's your? If you win this punishment, I think you should buy a Green Bay Packers Kirk Cousins jersey.
Yes. Or a Minnesota Vikings Aaron Rodgers jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, wherever Rodgers goes.
I wonder if Houston at all might be thinking about hitting up Green Bay. Like, hey, you want Deshaun?
Actually, I think Green Bay would take Deshaun, to be honest.
It wouldn't be a bad move. Sans all the off-field shit. I mean, stuff.
Don't worry.
Honestly, the fact that you have said shit twice, now 3 times. That's still not as bad as you suggesting Aaron Rodgers going to the Texans. That is significantly worse. Significantly worse.
3. Who are the Steelers drafting?
I'm personally hoping for offensive line, probably like Tevin Jenkins, Alex Leatherwood, or Landon Dickinson. But unfortunately, it's probably going to be a running back. They're probably going to pick Najee Harris, and I'm going to die on the inside because who's going to block? But I don't know.
Running game is a lost art in the NFL.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like the Steelers didn't have a run game because they had terrible run blocking last year. The left line of the side of their line's gone. Like Villanueva's gone, Filer's gone. Pouncey retired. DeCastro's taking a little step back. Right tackle's a huge question mark because Banner's been out for the season. Like, who's going to be on the line? And you have a geriatric 39-year-old quarterback coming in. Who's blocking? That's my question. Like, having a nice running back's great, but last first-round running back we picked was Rashard Mendenhall, and he couldn't hold on to the ball for his life. So
there you have it. Now, what about the Broncos, though? What are the Broncos doing? Brandon, Perna, That Good Sports. What's going on?
Well. The Broncos will not be drafting in the first round or the second round or the third round or the fourth round. Won't be drafting in the first round next year or the year after when they realize the Broncos are Aaron Rodgers' #1 destination, and they give Green Bay all the picks that they want. Rodgers signs off on the deal, comes and plays behind a pretty good offensive line, got a revamped good defense with a defensive-minded head coach, Pat Shurmur, an offensive play caller who only wants to throw the ball deep for touchdowns every single play, a nice running back in Melvin Gordon, Jerry Jeudy to throw to, Cortland Sutton to throw to, Noah Fant to throw to, KJ Hamler to throw to. And when Albert O gets healthy, the tight end who tore his ACL last year and comes back, Rodgers is going to make Patrick Mahomes look like Kirk Cousins.
Ooh, actually, there was a situation from Dov Kleeman who just posted Carson Palmer retired from football at age 31 during the 2011 NFL draft. Palmer wanted a trade from the Bengals. They said no, so he retired. The Bengals then drafted Andy Dalton. Palmer was out of the NFL until midseason when the Raiders overpaid for him, forcing Cincy to agree. So maybe that happens tonight. As Tom literally rage quits the stream.
I'm going to go host Jeopardy.
No, at this point, it's going to be double Jeopardy. Final Jeopardy.
Close us out. What are the Jags doing? They got a couple picks now.
Hey, a lot of people already know what that first pick is going to be. That's going to be Trevor Lawrence. Of course, if it's not, then just throw the whole dang team away. After Trevor Lawrence, I actually believe, like I said before, we're talking about wide receivers. With that second pick in the first, I honestly believe they should go with my Boilermaker brethren, Rondale Moore at wideout. I think that a lot of people are sleeping on that guy. He played with a Boilermaker team that was pretty discombobulated his last season playing during the season, and he was dealing with some injuries. But that's an All-American. Before that, he was the top rated receiver in the NCAA. So I think that that's a guy who people are sleeping on, and it would be a great fit in Jacksonville. A slot wide out, somebody who can get in the middle of the field quick and can break long runs after he catches the ball. Is what you want.
Was he on the team that beat Ohio State? Like,
he was the guy who beat Ohio State.
So that's the dude that was just all over the field in that game.
Yes,
I remember. That dude is a beast.
That was him.
Well, guys, that is going to do it for the pre-draft coverage. But don't go anywhere because all of us are individually streaming, and we're going to tell you where you can find our streams and what times you can find us streaming. I'll be back, twitch.tv/ScooterMagruder. 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to stop by, I don't know why I decided to go that early. 7 p.m. twitch.tv/ScooterMagruder. 5 points. Where can they find you and Tree streaming?
So Tree and I have our own channel together. It's called The Dumpster Fire. I put a link in the chat earlier. We'll be going on at 8 p.m. and we're going to be having a good time over there.
Yeah, we're going to have some libations, and 5 points is probably going to flip out over his Giants like the last 2 years. That has been the golden opportunity.
These plungers, so each increasing denomination of super chats gets a plunger stuck to my head. So
I'm going to move down to my war room for this
multiple
situation.
ones over here. So we'll see you tonight.
Which is going to be my living room because there's no delay in the stream.
8 p.m. dumpster fire, 5 points in tree. That Good Sports. Brandon, where can they find you?
I'll be streaming on That's Good Sports probably right around when the draft starts. So everybody else will already be started. Everybody else will be watching your guys' streams, but I'll sneak in there and just wait for the Aaron Rodgers to Denver news to break. And then I'll get my 1 million view video while Tom gets his first 1 billion view video when he melts down when Rodgers pieces out.
So YouTube, That Good Sports, around the draft. Tom, where can we watch the live depression take place?
Probably in the ninth circle of hell, but I will be going live at 7:30 p.m. Eastern on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Tom Grassi Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
as I said, dude, you're gonna cry in a pool of money. Don't worry about it.
He's in
People
pain right now.
love
Physical
misery,
pain.
dude.
This is-
People love misery.
I-
You laughed at me during that wild card game. Guess what? It's payback time, baby.
Hey, I included you in the reaction video. Remember those good times?
Yeah, because you asked for it. I was miserable the next day. I was like, dead. I was in
That's a
Brandon's
gay
thing, and I was
thing,
just
though.
like literally dead on the inside. I know how you feel, dude. I know you feel, and I enjoy every second of it, dude. I enjoy every
Are we
second.
doing
I'm
who
hoping,
won?
I am
Are we- or
hoping
who
for
lost?
in which all optimism dies tonight. I absolutely am.
Are we doing the donation thing? Are we doing
Yeah, how
that?
much you got, Tom?
Let's. Your punishment again is a Kirk Cousins. I think you won, right? I'm sure.
I actually got a random
$136.
$150 dono by Joe Bonogo.
So Tree, what was your total?
I'm at 500.
What?
So
That's
No,
good.
it's
I lost
true.
to Tree.
Okay.
I want to
Tom?
find it and throw it up because it's a good
I'm at
screen.
560.
So it is Tom, and he'll be getting a Aaron Rodgers Vikings jersey, and I'm not sure that they'll be able to print
Is there a
that.
vote on that, or is that just
And
coming from
no, I'm
five?
just
I
deciding
feel like
this.
there should be a vote.
No, there's no vote.
deciding.
As I said, Vikings Aaron Rodgers jersey.
Yep,
Yes.
that's it.
I agree.
All right.
When Uche, where can they watch you stream as well?
They can watch me on my YouTube channel, Uche Waneri. Also, I might be doing like the simultaneous stream on my Twitch as well. I got a Twitch stream. I got a Twitch channel called the Ath Geek. That is like a play on the Athlete Geek. So if you look that up on Twitch, you'll find me on there as well.
And what time?
I'll be starting my stream tonight when the draft starts, so 8 p.m. Eastern.
Okay. So
All
there
right.
you guys have it. I hope you enjoyed the first ever NFL pre-draft show, Clickbait Shorts, Scooter Magruder. I will see you guys next Thursday, 5 p.m. Eastern. Next
Clickbait shorts.
I can't wait for Tom to slowly die on the inside.
Thanks,
It's
everyone.
eating him
He's
like
like-
maggots.
He is physically hurting.
Right.
Yes.
See you guys
Someone gonna end
7:30.
this?
The plague is slowly eating him.
I guess.
Oh, yeah, you want me to end it?
Yeah. Hit the end button.